The biggest hit at the Indian box office this year of 2024 has been the Telugu magnum opus Kalki 2898 AD. The second biggest success of 2024 and the biggest in terms of return of investment was Hanuman, a 30 crore low budget film that grossed over 300 crores at the worldwide box office. Yet ask anyone involved in the film business in the Telugu states today and they would mention that 2024 has been a particularly bad year for theatres. This statement may seem oxymoronic. The two biggest hits of the Indian box office were Telugu films, yet Telugu theatres are going through a tough time. This is not exactly oxymoronic. One simple statistic that 70% of theatres were shut in Andhra Pradesh during the entire month of May is testament to how bad the crisis is. Some factors were out of individual control, such as the severe summer heat that was seen this month or the high voltage election campaign that took place over April and May. There is also a much deeper issue that is at the core of these problems facing the Telugu film industry. This is the obsession with scale and grandeur. Telugu film actors have been gaining nationwide and worldwide popularity on account of the success of Rajamouli's pan-India blockbusters Bahubali or RRR. This was followed up by Pushpa, which was an unexpected success at the north and catapulted Allu Arjun and Sukumar to nationwide stardom. Keen to replicate their success or ambitious to tread on this path, stars are devoting increasingly large amounts of time to making these heavy, big-budget spectacle films that come once but rarely. To give a pressing example of this problem, take the year 2023. Apart from the Sankranti season and the release in June and December, there was not a single film from the so-called Tier 1 or the top 6 stars of Telugu. Smaller films are only breaking out once in a while, like Balagam, while audiences are content to watch them on OTT. The mid-tier and younger stars are going through an especially rough patch post-pandemic, with very few of their films becoming successes, few of them truly breaking out, and only a select few with good script sense succeeding regularly at the box office. With a declining success rate, decreasing number of viable films, low footfalls, theatres in Andhra have been struggling. To these theatres, however, currently there's only one saviour, and that is the rebel star Prabhas. Irony being, Prabhas was the one who started this trend of actors spending long times on big scale projects with the 4 years he spent making the two parts of Bahubali. He followed it up by spending another 2 years making Saho. Radhesham was delayed by the pandemic, but it was a massive failure, as was Adipurush that completely dented and destroyed expectations among the public. During the release of Adipurush, however, Prabhas made a very interesting statement. He promised his fans that he would speak less and work more, promising at least one film every year. Just 6 months after Adipurush came Salar in Christmas. Although Salar was not a bona fide success and was a mixed affair, it still brought in crowds to theatres after a very long time. For a dry 2023, the December of Animal, Hai Nana and Salar sounded like a sweet savouring. Just 6 months after Salar, Prabhas made a proper comeback, perhaps his biggest comeback after Bahubali with Kalki 2898 AD, the biggest multi-starrer sci-fi fiction made in India. It did close to 1,000 crores across the world and nearly 300 crores in just the two states of Andhra and Telangana alone. There is a debate about Prabhas' role in the success of Kalki, as he was only one of a big cast that was easily overshadowed by Amitabh Bachchan, but that is beside the point. Prabhas is the only big star who is consistently regularly churning out films. His next, Raja Saab, is up for release another 8 months later in April 2025. Meanwhile, he started another film called Fauji with Hanuraghav Puri and the promising debutant Iman Ismail that is set to release in the same year. I haven't even got to Spirit, his much hyped collaboration with the controversial director Sandeep Reddy Vanga. Nag Ashwin 2 is inevitably going to make Kalki Part 2, which will be one of the most hyped sequels in recent times. All these films Prabhas is promising to deliver within a span of 3 years. This is great news for audiences and exhibitioners alike. One can only hope that other Telugu stars too try their best to complete their projects in the shorter span and have regular releases. Till then, however, there will always be a Prabhas movie around regularly. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel.